Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Vampire Priest. I am Father Antonio Rivera. This actually is my art table. I am working on a comic now. Not right now because I'm doing the video. It's about a superhero that my brother and I created way back in 1995 and had the first issue done in 1996 uh, for school. We were in a trade school, the Computer Learning Center, and we created this character called Nitron, and yeah, we're just putting it together. Right now, I am. It's a 322 pages. Working on the pencils for the last issue, as well as starting the ink on the first issue, and going forward, everything is going to be done primarily by hand. So it's taking me a lot longer, and all it's going to do is just take place years after that first issue. I'm not trying to reboot it. We're not trying to do that, but we are introducing more characters and new characters as time has passed. It's been 30 years. But anyway, let's get to it. Today we're going to talk about my character, Zion Prime. Now this book itself was published back in August 10th, 2019. Don't worry, it's COVID free. COVID free. We're pretty sure. Nobody's gotten anything from it. It can be found on Amazon.com. If you look up the name Zion Prime and Daniel Gonzalez, you'll find it. And this is, let me see here. So it has a little bit about the character itself. I can't show that one. So we have, the art was done by myself. I did use some Photoshop in some of the images, and was done in pencils. I did everything, and I wrote myself. Zion Prime is a character that I've had since 1999, and his superpowers are all based 100% on faith. Without faith, he is nothing. He's just a regular guy, just an average Joe. Again, these are the ones that I did. It is in black and white. There's no color. I didn't do it in color. Didn't try to do it in color. And mainly it's all because the pricing. But the cover is in color. And I did all of this in Photoshop. His powers are faith-based. It's about a character by the name of David Cross Wolf and his journey as a superhero. He wakes up as a superhero, has no idea what's going on. He has all of these powers. He believes that he is an angel, and he was sent by God to correct the errors of the human race, which is basically our free will and our concupiscence, which is an inclination to sin or a desire to sin. And that's how he's all super powered. The stronger his faith, the more powerful he is. The weaker his faith is, the more he doubts in God and his abilities, the weaker he becomes. And this includes just about anything from flight, super strength, invulnerability, as well as healing. Because he needs a lot of healing. When he dies, he comes back more intelligent, and he's able to create his own types of armor as well. Let's see if I could find an image of him with an armor that he created. Right here. This one's it. And this is it right here. You see him creating it here. And it's a story that I've always wanted to talk about and to do, because I grew up where there really wasn't any Christian superheroes. There weren't superheroes who professed their faith or whose powers were based on their faith. You might have a couple here or there, but they were shown to be weaker than the standard issue hero, Thor, or Captain America, Iron Man, Green Lantern. These were all secondary to them in their own issues. And so I created them because not only are comic books and storytelling and art very passionate to me, but so is my faith as a Christian and as a man who loves God. I wanted to convey that as well, and to let other people know, especially young boys and primarily boys. It is designed for a young adult crowd, but for young men who are growing up to mature into manhood, that your faith is important. It will define you, and it will help you define your role in family and in the world. So that was the primary reason for it. The origin of him actually is a little bit on the weird side, because he started off as a bad guy in online forums. We used to get together and do online forums where we would play as different characters. We were able to introduce and create our own characters at one point in a Batman Beyond scenario. And so originally his original suit, let me find it here, was a stolen suit that was the prototype for the Nightwing suit, which is right here. So it was originally supposed to be a prototype for the Nightwing suit. He stole it. He was a bad guy. He was a criminal. It lasted 1 or 2 turns. I tucked him away and brought him back about a year later in 2000 as a superhero. And he was psychotic. I loved the idea of having him psychotic as the anti-hero who could care less about anything or anyone. He had a nice big sword. I was very much into fencing at the time. Hey, you can't tell by looking at me, but I used to fence. And I just carried that over and made it part of his personality for the book, because he kind of is an anti-hero, and he develops into an actual hero, and he uses that faith as he has more control over his powers and abilities. Again, Zion Prime by Daniel Gonzalez, available now on Amazon.com. The book orders, it is print to order or order to print, one of those, something like that. So when you get it, it'll start the printing process and send it to you. Cover's real nice, has that great texture, just like ISO number 1 had that texture. I love that texture. I don't know what it is, but I can just like wear it as a suit. Just hold it all over. Not only that, but it has that new book smell. Okay, maybe not, because I've read it and I've had it since 2019 and actually opened it, which is why you don't hear the crease. But when I did get it, it had the new book smell. Yours will have the new book smell too. You have yourself a great day. Enjoy reading. Check out Zion Prime. Stay tuned for other stuff, because I do have other books out that you might be interested in.